It's 1957. Deep in the backwoods, a man named Tom waits inside his cabin with a shotgun across his knees. His wife whispers for their boy Eddie to go to bed. The child obeys, but he doesn't sleep. Outside, something is moving through the trees. A man named Clayton pounds on the door. He's desperate, voice cracking, begging to be let in. Tom doesn't open it. Whatever is out there in the dark, Tom knows better than to invite the trouble inside. Clayton staggers on. Little Eddie slips out of bed and creeps to the window just in time to see the darkness take the man away. 30 years pass. Ed Harley is a widower now, raising his son Billy alone in the same backwoods county. They run a small store on a dirt road, not much more than a shack with shelves, and it's enough. Billy made his father a necklace, a little handmade thing on a cord. Ed wears it every day, every single day, to cherish what his son had made for him. One afternoon, a group of 6 teenagers rolls through on their way to a mountain cabin, city kids with dirt bikes and loud voices. Their leader is Joel, restless and cocky, the kind of person who treats every situation like he's the center of its universe. The same afternoon, the Wallace family pulls up. A father and 5 kids. The littlest one steals Billy's ball, and the other children correct him the only way they know how. They tell their younger sibling Pumpkinhead comes for children who do wrong. There's a rhyme. They say it teasingly, without smiling. Ed heads out to deliver feed to Mr. Wallace and leaves Billy at the store. The teenagers get on their dirt bikes and start tearing around the property. Billy's dog Gypsy bolts out into the yard. Billy chases him. Joel crests a hill on his bike going too fast and hits Billy before he ever sees him. Billy goes down and doesn't get up. Joel is drunk. Joel is on probation. Joel looks at the boy in the dirt, looks at the others, and gets in the car and drives away. Steve, Joel's younger brother, stays with Billy. He's the only one who does. Ed comes back to find his boy dying in the dirt, beside a road with no phone for miles. He scoops Billy up and carries him home. By the time they get there, it's too late. Ed holds his son. He doesn't let go for a long time. And when he finally does, something in Ed Harley goes quiet as grief washes over him. At the cabin, some of the teens want to go to the police. They're scared, arguing over each other. Joel rips the phone cord out of the wall to shut it down. No one is going anywhere, let alone say anything to the authorities. Ed goes to Mr. Wallace. He asks quietly and carefully about information on an old woman in the hills, the one people say has powers. Wallace goes pale. He tells Ed not to go. Don't go to that woman, Ed, because nothing could come of it but sorrow and misery. Ed leaves, but as he begins to drive away, one of the Wallace kids steps forward anyway and offers to show him part of the way. The woman's name is Haggis. She lives in a rotting shack deep in the hills, animal skulls hanging from the eaves, a place that feels like it's been sitting in an unnatural darkness since anyone could remember. She's ancient and bent, her voice dry as dead leaves. Ed offers her all that he has. Haggis says she can't raise the dead. Ed says he doesn't want Billy back. He wants revenge for the way those people left his son to die. Haggis looks at him. She tells him, vengeance comes with a terrible price. Ed doesn't care. She sends him to an old graveyard in the hills, a place where pumpkin vines grow wild over sunken graves, and something about the air feels heavy and thick, even in daylight. He goes alone, in the dark, and digs until he finds what she sent him for, a mummified something, shriveled and stinking, covered in worms. He gags when he lifts it. He carries it back anyway. At Haggis's shack, she prepares the ritual. She draws blood from Ed's hand with a blade. Then she draws blood from Billy's lifeless body. She pours both over the shriveled thing on the floor as she mumbles to herself. It starts to move. Smoke billows from the dead thing Ed unearthed. He thought he saw movement. His head began to feel light, his vision blurry. The only thing he could hear as the dark took him was Haggis's gravely voice shrieking into the night. Ed passes out on the dirt floor. When he wakes, Haggis tells him to go home. It has begun. He drives to the regular cemetery and buries Billy next to his mother. The necklace stays with Ed. Back at the cabin, Joel announces he's going to the police. He'll turn himself in so Steve wouldn't have to, and because it was his first offense, maybe the police would be lenient. Maggie hears something outside in the dark. A voice calling her name, soft and patient. She follows it out of the cabin like she's walking in a dream. Steve goes after her and grabs her by the shoulders and snaps her out of it. He turns her around to take her back inside. Pumpkinhead is behind him. The creature kills Steve. Ed convulses as it happens. He feels the kill pulse through him like he was being electrocuted. He sees it through the creature's eyes, raw and close and inescapable. The others go searching for Steve. Pumpkinhead takes Maggie while they're out looking. Ed feels that one too. He drives back to Haggis in the dark and begs her to call it off. She looks at him without pity. Nobody can stop Pumpkinhead once it's been summoned, she tells him. And if Ed tries to interfere, the creature will come for him next. Joel grabs a machete and goes out alone to face the thing in the woods. Pumpkinhead swats him aside, grabs Kim and drops her from a height that leaves nothing to survive. 3 teens are left: Joel, Tracy, and Chris. They run to the nearest neighbors begging for help. Every door stays shut. The locals know what Pumpkinhead is, and they know the rule. Anyone who helps the marked ones gets marked themselves. They've lived alongside this legend their whole lives. Ed arrives and opens fire on Pumpkinhead. It staggers and falls down, seemingly dead. Joel walks up slow to make sure that's the case. Pumpkinhead picks up a fallen rifle and drives it through Joel's chest. A local boy named Bunt finds Tracy and Chris and leads them to an old burned-out church. Its roof is half collapsed. The smell of old ash and rot comes up through the floor. Bunt sits them down and tells them the legend. Pumpkinhead is a demon of vengeance, summoned when one person wrongs another badly enough. Once it's loose, it finishes what it started. No bargaining, no mercy, no way to call it back. Tracy puts it together. The accident, the little boy at the roadside store, Billy Harley. Pumpkinhead arrives at the church. It grabs Chris and lifts his dirt bike with Chris still on it, then throws them both against a tree. It drags Chris's broken body back through the dark to Ed's house, where Tracy and Bunt have taken shelter. The creature enters the house. It grabs Bunt and lifts him off the ground. Ed stumbles out of the barn and a pitchfork catches him in the arm. He gasps. So does Pumpkinhead. Across the yard, the creature releases Bunt and sways. Ed stares at his hands. Then he stares at the creature's face. Something is wrong with both of them. Pumpkinhead's face is becoming more human. Ed's own face is becoming something else. The blood bond that raised the demon runs both ways. Ed Harley and Pumpkinhead are one being, 2 ends of the same dark thread. The only way to kill the creature is to kill the man who summoned it. Ed raises a gun to his own head and fires. Pumpkinhead staggers, but it doesn't die, and neither does Ed. Ed is on the ground, barely alive, his face gone now, changed into something monstrous that wears his eyes. He looks up at Tracy. He begs her, finish it. Tracy shoots him, again, until Ed Harley is still. Pumpkinhead collapses in the yard. Its body catches fire from the inside and burns down to nothing. Later that night, out at the old pumpkin patch graveyard, Haggis moves through the vines with a lantern. She digs a grave in the dark. She lays a shriveled, mummified body into the ground, the one she dug up once before to start all this. The corpse is wearing a little handmade necklace on a cord. She covers it over with earth, and the pumpkin patch swallows Ed Harley whole. Enjoyed the story? We also have a full review of Pumpkinhead if you want our take. You can find it on the end screen when this recap finishes. And if you want more, subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown. That's all for now, movie fans. Until next time, stay frosty.